I've been looking forward to this day for a very long time because today I finally get to show you my favorite pedal. I have to warn you ahead, it's a little bit unspectacular. It's probably not what you would expect for me to be my favorite pedal, but it really is. So bear with me, go through this video to learn about the platform and the possibilities. I'm sure you will love it as much as I do. So here it is, the Jive by JPTR FX. So what is the Jive, which is, by the way, the first pedal on my recording board? The Jive is inspired by real machine, by good old tape machines that back in the day used to be for recording all the time and still are being used in some studios today. And when you cranked up their gain, you could get some really nice sounding saturation out of them, even a little bit of overdrive. And basically this section, this preamp out of these real machines is what's in this pedal here. So what is saturation? It basically means your sound is getting fatter, it's getting bigger, it's getting more dense. Maybe it's still the same volume, but there's just more sound in it, it's more compressed. Here's an example where we use it just before the breakup into distortion, just at the edge where I really like it. There's a little bit of a distortion there, but not quite there yet. And for that we're using the double jive, which is basically two of these circuits in one housing, or as I like to call it, the Jive Jive. The controls are as simple as it gets. We have a gain, we have a master volume, and we have three little switches, which are adding different clipping diodes to add different types of distortion that you can use on their own or combine. To be honest, I never used it. I'm here for the clean, saturated sounds, but of course, for the sake of this video, let's try it out. The Jive Jive of course allows to stack these two distortion circuits behind each other to make it even bigger and to make it more distorted, more fuzzy. And internally there are even more switches on the circuit board that allow you to basically personalize or modify the whole thing even further to your needs. This pedal also allows different routing options, which is really cool. You can use like the main in and the main out, but you can also have in and outputs for each unit and use them basically on different places on your pedal board. That's something that you want to do, which is, I think, amazing, and it's amazing. And the double jive has enough room and distortion for some real high gain, big muff like sounds, which is really cool. And I recorded a little something a couple of weeks ago, which I will play to you in a second, which demonstrates this very well, together with the Electro-Harmonix zipper, an old envelope filter, and an Boss OC2. And the little additional gain thing that comes after half of the clip is just the envelope of the zipper opening. I mean, what a sound, well done. So now you've seen the Jive and the Jive Jive, but what if I tell you there's even more? Is there more? Yes, of course there's more. It's this one, the Micro Jive, a really small one. Unfortunately, this is just a mock-up and not a functional pedal, but by the time you're watching this video, this should be out and available. This is basically just the gain control. It doesn't have a master volume because the volume always stays at unigain, which I think is brilliant and extremely helpful. It should be extremely easy to use, and if this is what I hope and I believe it will be, then this will be the unit that I will be definitely using the most, because again, I'm not really using the overdrive distortion section from the Jive, just the gain, and this would be exactly what I need. It's the simplest version, and since it's so simple, it's also very affordable, which is of course also very helpful. But hold on tight. There's more. Yes, there's another Jive, and it's in this video frame here right now, so maybe you can spot it. I give you a minute. well, you won't find it. It's actually built into my bass. I know, it's a huge sacrilege to put anything active in a P-bass, but again, bear with me. I think the Jive is so good that a couple of months ago I contacted Chris, who's the owner of JPTR FX, the company who makes these things, and asked him if he would consider to make some sort of an active circuit that could be put into a bass, because I love this so much and I use it with my P-bass all the time that I would even consider to put it just in the bass to get just rid of the pedal. I mean, it's weird, I know, it's a P-bass, and I'm personally, I hate active P-basses. I think this is something that shouldn't exist. I mean, if you're live musicians and you need an active EQ, but you still want a P-bass sound, then just don't tell me about it, just go for it. But I'm a studio guy, and passive basses or in general are very useful to me. I prefer passive basses way over active basses because they just have a certain sound to them which is more useful to me. And if I want to have an active tone, there's tons of preamps I can use to make any passive sound active. So, however, this pedal is so good. I asked him if that's a thing that he would consider, and interestingly, he just had this very same idea just a couple of months before me, did it already, and said, hey, I have a bunch of prototypes around here. So I sent him my bass, and he put it into this one. I have to say, this is a bass which is very, very close to my heart. I think the Sandberg isn't here at the moment, so I can say this. It's my favorite bass, and I wouldn't come anything close to this. This is the end of a at least 10-year long journey of finding the perfect P-bass, which was extremely hard. And when I found the combination of this bass with the pickup and everything, I was finally there where I always wanted to be. But now, this bass is better now. I mean, it's crazy. It's a huge sacrilege. I know. I'm aware of that. This is nothing that I would usually do, but this is just so good. I can't not advertise it. It's so good. If you're getting really nervous right now because you have the feeling that you need to try that too, I can feel you, but let me stop you right there. This preamp here is actually something that will not be available commercially. So as a private person, as a normal bass buyer, you won't be able to get that. This is something that Chris will only make available to companies who are willing or who are interested in putting this in their basses. So this is the way that he's selling that. And but here comes the good news. There will be basses with this Jive circuit put in. I'm already working with Sandberg. I mean, I'm always working with Sandberg, but I think I've talked them into trying this out. So they already got a bunch of preamps. Hopefully, by the time we're speaking now, are trying those. And maybe this will be a limited edition. Maybe this will be a separate model. We will see. But at some point there will be a bass with this inside. I imagine something like a short scale kind of P-bass thing. This would be an amazing combination. Maybe start there, and if Holger really likes it, maybe there will be other models. We will see. I mean, I can't speak for Sandberg, obviously. I'm working for them, but of course I'm not the decision maker there. And the other news is this bass here is available. I mean, you can buy this, not mine, but Alice Visual, who built the bass for me, makes these. This is the BassTheWorld edition AVP or whatever is the name. You can actually buy these basses, and he got one of the preamps right now, and we are working on a model which will be a little bit different from that. So we are trying some new things out, which will be really cool. So soon there will be a second BassTheWorld bass, which will be, I mean, just wait for it. You will see it in our videos as soon as it's out, and maybe we will make a video on it on its own. This bass will definitely feature the preamp. The version that I have here right now is the version with a master volume and a gain, but I'm basically more looking into the version of which is basically in the micro pedal, just the gain with the uni gain thing. That means it's always at the same volume, and then we have the tone control again, which this bass does not have at the moment. However, that's the Jive. Incredible pedal. It's just for the tone. It's not one of those pedals that you switch on and think, oh, the big things are happening and oh my god. And I mean, you can do that with a lot of distortion if that's your thing, but for me it's really just a little tool to add a little bit of saturation, make a tone bigger, and for me that's worth all of it. So thanks for bearing with me through this probably very long video, but I think this little pedal, it's so easy, but it's worth to talk a little bit more about it, what it actually is and what it means to me. So thanks for watching, see you next time, and bye bye. Wait a moment, there's one thing, a little disclaimer, one thing that I want to say regarding this video here. It's a good video. We only make good videos, as you know. But I think the actual potential of this pedal in the bass world for me is mainly for P basses. I mean, all basses profit from it, don't get me wrong, but where it works perfectly well is with P basses. And since my main P bass has one inside, it wasn't really a good thing to demo. To use it in the demos here for the pedals. So we use the jazz bass instead, which is also cool, but I just want to say, I don't feel that you have heard the full potential of this pedal in this video. So just go through the other videos that we made in the recent time. I mean, this has been in the space for a month or two already. And so there are a lot of other videos where you hear this bass in this configuration. Just look for the knobs. At the time when it got these black knobs, then this preamp was inside. And of course, all the future videos that will come out, just listen to this bass there, and there we will get a good idea of what this pedal actually can do. That's it. Bye bye.